Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm just going to be live streaming myself programming this project. It's basically an IDE in the console, so yeah, it's basically NeoVim but just for C#. But I made a video on this previously, and one of you guys said you wanted to see me stream it, so here we are. It's actually been so long since I've done this project. It's kind of weird because I have to use WSL because I have Windows installed, but the terminal, for some reason I couldn't get cursors to work on Windows. I think it was just because PowerShell doesn't support Xterm. So I actually have to use Bash in Ubuntu via WSL. So I'm like coding it on Windows and actually building it on Linux, or running it on Linux, so it's kind of weird. But it's actually been so long since I've done this project that I've forgotten all the controls. So project view, here we are. So I made this like framework where I have different like views, and they all implement iView. So it updates in like a control loop. This, I don't even know what this does. It must be useful. Right, it registers like buttons that are frozen in place. Wow, it's gonna take me a while to get used to this. And then obviously like receive mouse and keyboard input. So F, toggle, file explorer. Okay, so this is if it's escape. What? Wait, escape F. So let me try that. Escape F. Escape F. I'm already in here. Control T, I think toggles, right? And then control, so now I can't move the file thing up and down anymore, and I have to control E to edit. Okay, there we go. And then control, so if I change something, let me just make this program, even though this is like not really necessary. So I save, and then control E puts me in view mode again, and control T puts me back in the sidebar. Okay. I think there was a bug last time I did this with long lines. So I'm gonna try this. Whoa, what was that? I feel like that went really fast. So I'm gonna open this up actually on my Windows machine and make sure it's following along properly. Okay. So this should start shifting properly. Okay, I don't know if that was just me or that felt weird. Okay. The frame rate, I should add like a frame rate thing, because it's not consistent. Sometimes it like skips really fast. Whatever. So Y, we go to Z. Okay, that's an issue, because there's actually no character right. Oh, I see why that happens, because I can delete the Z, right? Yeah. So what's after Z? 1. Okay, so if I put the Z back, so 1, 2, okay. That feels really weird. Okay, I know why that's weird. So I shouldn't, because what's happening right now is, if I can go to this last character after Z, which it should really be highlighting 1. But this is here, so I can like actually delete the Z because it deletes the character behind the cursor. But then you have stuff like this. This just looks really weird. Yeah, where the 4 shows up. Oh, I guess that's not that weird. I feel like I should only... Let me see how VS Code does it. Because I feel like I should highlight the 1. I should, like, shift the index until I get to the last character. Where then you have to, like, do that too. Wait a minute. Actually, it doesn't even do that. It should be, like, the last character. Oh, no, I see. That's weird. Whatever. I mean, technically, it's not like a logical error, so. Alright, so if I delete this new line, let's just make sure everything works. You should go to 52. I can't tell what that was. 52 and then period. Amazing. Okay, so this is actually working. Now, I wonder what happens. So let me just go to the bottom, all the way to the top. Okay. So that works. I'm gonna toggle out of this. And then so this, I need highlighting for XML. This has nothing in it for some reason. And has nothing in it on Windows. Okay. I'm gonna copy over program. Whoa, it updates? I didn't even know that. It actually wow. It actually updates. Okay. Oh, long lines. Actually, why am I editing? I guess I should edit this in the actual project. I'm gonna do that. So we're just gonna say long lines down method, and then it's kind of weird because I have like all my stream stuff here. Okay. Long lines down method, and let me just add a bunch of stuff. Okay, so if this crashes, then we have an issue. That's amazing. Worst part about curses is this, all this nonsense. I can't even I can't read this. Oh, I can pipe it to a file though. Oh, okay, so now my thing is like cooked. I literally have to open a new terminal. That's insane. Okay, well, now let me exit. Okay, there we go. No, I still can't type in it. Okay. That's just amazing. And I have to go all the way to my Windows partition now. It's like... Okay, I actually can't .NET run from... I mean, I can, but what happens is the Linux... Here, if I show you. Whoa. Like the Linux... When I build it on Linux, it stores the packages differently, so then stuff like this... Like now I just built on Windows, so it's here again. But stuff like this becomes undefined. So like all the third-party libraries. And that's annoying to code. So, let's see if I can't just put both of these up here at once. So that's why I'm gonna build on Windows, and I'm going to run this on Linux. So I just passed the DLL. I can do a bin debug net 8.0. ConsoleIDE.dl. Okay. Oh wait, no, I don't exit. So now I'm gonna pipe this to the error log. Actually, let me do this from the root project folder. So this is gonna go to error log. So now I can actually read the exception. Okay, so I feel like I should, on the other page, I can use the arrow keys to navigate. I feel like I should do that here. It's really cursed clicking on buttons in the console. Like, I'm just clicking on these right now. And it's kind of buggy as well. But okay, so toggle and edit. So let's just do this. It's gonna crash right about there. And now it's just frozen. Okay. And then I have this. So this is when I start the program, it turns on like mouse events or something, and this that sound is really annoying. This like the terminal's capturing the mouse position and like emitting it, and so if it crashes without like deinitializing, it keeps doing that. So all I have to do is just like run it again though. Oh, I do not want to overwrite my error log though. So I'm just gonna do that. Okay, and let's see what happened. Return error. So line 88. Line 88. What view is that? That's in file view. Line 88. Okay, so display cursor. Oh, display cursor pair. That's line 99 and display cursor pair. Okay. If okay, I literally have no okay. Not controlling. Okay. First cursor pair, second cursor. Okay. So this is cursor pairs used to indicate a selection. And like editing index is one cursor. So this is the controlling cursor. It's the one that like will move with the arrow keys. So display y +3 because of the header at the top, and then get the display. Oh my gosh. This is like. So which one is I hate cursor's errors. They're so bad. It's just like, oh, this function returned error. You're gonna tell me why? I guess it is a C library, but like I feel like they could have done some better error handling. Like I think, yeah, it's definitely the X index that's out of range here. But like at the same time, it could just told me that. So get editing display index. Plus view pause. So oh, that's a, wait, what? Oh wait, that's a view position. And then the longest line number length. Okay, because it's on the side, the line numbers. Makes sense. So get editing display index. I don't know what that attribute does. What is the N? What is? It's been so long since I used cursors. No idea what is N. Perhaps I'll find something. Oh, of course this is a delegate, so no docs either. And copy that name. Let's go to the man pages. cannot see. Okay, this man page is horrible to read. These functions change the renditions of the next n characters. Okay. Oh, right, because the cursor, I made it so that it's so that it like inverts the thing. So that's what, yeah, right here, reverse. I don't know, I was blanking on that. And that's why the cursor looks like the normal terminal cursor. So I guess that character doesn't exist. But that's weird because it does exist when the text is already there. So there's something about adding that text. So I guess wow. Display file contents. Here we go. So where does this get called from? This gets called from update. Where's update? What? Oh, render. Wait, so this is not a view? It says file view and it's not a view? Am I cooked? These are not views. These are not real views. What was I doing? These aren't even real views, bro. Okay, whatever. So render. Editing message, save message, all very good. So I display the file contents, then I display the cursor pair from editing. So if I display the file contents, let's say I just edited it. Oh, edited it. I add one more than the screen width. This should display it fine. But which function moves which function scrolls? Is it this? That's Y scroll, so that doesn't. Where's the X scroll? Is it current X? Oh no, it's just like to build blocks. It's an annotated source segment. Colored attribute. Oh. So there's X scroll. Okay. So it might just be that I just don't have X scroll enabled for let me try this. So if I can't create a new file. That's amazing. So let me try creating a long line. I'm gonna clear longlines.txt in the other project. And then select this folder. Okay. Because, yeah, this might just work on C# or non-C# files. So let's just see. Don't crash. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it didn't crash. Okay, so it's just the fact that I'm analyzing, like, wait, my S didn't disappear, right? Oh, okay, okay. Oh, there was just no indication that I was scrolling at all. So maybe I should put a scroll bar or something. Okay, okay. This is not as bad as I thought. So we have to just make sure we have the same X scroll functionality for C# files. And that's just because of the syntax highlighting. So I'm actually so glad. Hey, Roslyn analyzers, amazing. This, I mean, this is a wraparound analyzer, but it's so amazing. Like, it's like I mean, yeah, I barely had to do any work myself, right? Like, and it's semantic highlighting as well, which I'm hoping to, because now I can just plug in, once I have the base framework for like giving suggestions and stuff like that, I can just plug in like a bunch of as many analyzers as I want, and life will be good. So oh, here it is. Here, let me enlarge that. To do fix X scroll for annotated segments. Who would have known? Maybe I should just like go through all my to-dos and make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. So, let's do that. So, I apply X scroll to display. And then what is tab? So display text. Oh, but I do it like per segment. So I annotate each, or I get each of the lines. Okay, so here's the annotated lines. Annotated lines is a double array because each line has a list of segments. Oh, this is gonna be so inefficient. Okay. So I have to basically find, so what I did was for each like segment of code, so each token basically, I colored it, and so each of those tokens like just shows up in an array that this thing just displays to the screen, like right here, each with, why didn't I just use a for loop? That was stupid of me. So each of those segments just shows up, and while J is, yeah, I can just use a for loop. Be a bit easier to read. So the issue is like it's like hard to split those segments because I have to find out which segments are displayed, and then the two segments on the end if they're being cut off by either end of the screen, and then I have to account for those, and then the rest in the middle will just be fine. But remove this. Okay. I have no idea why I didn't use it. Maybe I had a while loop before or something. Okay, so we have our current X, and that's the X that we're currently displaying at. Okay. So then we need to find the first, let me just take this step by step and we can make it more efficient later. So we need to find the first segment that should be displayed. And this is like any part of the segment. So I think X scroll starts at 0. Some of the math, like there's like so many things. Here we go. Yeah, there's so many things where it's like there's like some relative things. There's like some absolute. Like current X here, this is an absolute from the edge of the view, and then like search X is now going to be relative to the start of the text. It's kind of annoying to deal with. But hey, bad design choices bite you in the back. Okay, so I guess I'll just loop through. I'll just use J again. So annotated lines I.length, then J. I guess I could also, am I using J? I'm not. I could have made this a for each loop as well. Bro, what am I doing? That's so stupid. Like, I went from a while loop to a for loop, and now I'm in a for each loop. That's so dumb. Okay. For each var segment in, can I not do that? There's no, oh, it's because it thinks it's part of that expression. Okay. I thought it was going to complain about me naming it segment twice, but never mind. Okay, so for each segment in this line, it's kind of weird to visualize. I feel like I need a notebook. For each segment in this line, I want to add the length of the segment, and then if that exceeds this, as soon as it exceeds the scroll X or meets the scroll X, then I break. So if I guess I'll have to do this. So if X scroll no, this works. Segment, so search X plus equals segment dot text dot length. No, segment dot text dot replace dot length. Okay. Yeah, I was like, I'm a tabs guy. I know I'm gonna get hate for this. I'm a tabs guy. I just like tab. I grew up with tabs, but I like after making this editor, like, oh my god, tabs are so annoying to deal with. Like they need special treatment because in the terminal they just don't show up like as 4 spaces. Okay, so then if this exceeds X scroll, then I'm just gonna break. Okay. And then now, or let me actually store. So annotated or analyzed source segments, first segment equals, I guess it's a struct, right? Yeah, can't really do much. We're gonna do, theoretically X scroll shouldn't be able to exceed the length of the line, so actually it should if I'm on a different longer line. So yeah, whatever. First segment, I guess I can just compare to the default. So first segment equals segment, and then we break. So now we have the first segment. So now we have to figure out where in the segment to start at. So in start at within, and then this should just be the difference between search X and X scroll. And I really don't want to do math or think about that right now, so I'm just gonna hope it's true. Just gonna hope that one's true. So which one's greater? Search X is greater. So hey, if it works, it works, and I hope it works. So now if first segment equals default, then we don't have to display anything. You can't compare a struct with a default value? You can't do that? What? Oh, there's no equal. There's no equals. Okay. I don't want to make a dot equals and an equals. Whatever. I guess I could implement iEquatable, but I don't really need to. Other dot text equals text, and other dot type equals type, and other dot color pair number equals color pair number. Oh wait, that's the same thing. And other dot char pause, which I legitimately do not know what that property is for. I guess it's a field. Still don't know what that's for. Do I ever use it? I don't think I ever use it, so it's been a while. It's been a while since I made this, but so now this should work. Oh, it's a dot equals, dot equals, dot equals. And I can just put default here. Yay. That looks kind of cursed, honestly. I've never used equals and equals to default. And so obviously it's complaining, even though this should be default. Okay. So then if there's no first segment, we can just return or continue rather, because that means there's nothing to display on that line specifically. Otherwise, we can display the first segment. Okay, so I do want to store J actually. So int first segment and index. So I actually don't want this. I have to convert this back to a for loop now. A little bit annoying. I like how Python has enumerate. I mean, I guess it would be kind of inefficient for C# to have that as well. Just because like how enumerable and stuff is, but whatever. J is less than what is that called? Annotated lines. I dot length, and then J plus plus, and then it's gonna be an I and J, and then first segment. Now we're going to store the index instead. It's going to be J. And then actually this actually makes life easier for us, because we can just say if nothing was stored, then wait. Yeah, if nothing was stored, then we can just continue. Okay. So otherwise, we can first display the first segment at that index, and then display every subsequent segment And then we'll have to do this like a similar thing for the end, so we can cut the thing off at the end so it doesn't exceed whatchamacallit, doesn't exceed the max width of the screen. So let's display the first segment. Display first rotated segment, and that's just going to be this. The reason we need the index is that so we can start at that segment, keep displaying all the ones after it. So I guess I'll just do var first segment equals annotated lines I, J. And the first segment index actually. And the first segment dot color parent number. And the display text is the first segment dot text dot replace, and then I have a feeling I should just extract this into annotated or analyze source segment. I might do that later, because everywhere I'm processing the text, I want to replace the tabs anyways. So then this should only start at that start at within segment, and then continue till the end. Then current X is up there, that's all good. And then we add that to this display. Amazing, this is amazing. So then now instead of starting at for var segment annotated line segment, oh, I really want to use link here. I feel like I shouldn't use link. I'm not going to use link. I'm just going to do another for loop. So we're going to do int j equals first segment index plus 1, and then j is less than annotated lines dot, or I dot length. Okay, so why did I use, okay, I see why I used a for loop, but I feel like I should store that. No, I shouldn't. Yes, I should. I don't know. Dot length j plus plus, and then we can do, here we can just do a var segment equals j. Okay. So then we need a guard to, when we get to the last one, that will increase, or that'll exceed the maximum screen width. We need to truncate it. So, oh, I use this in the outer scope. Let me just prefix all these with first. And then first. Okay, so then I need to truncate it. So this is the display text. And then I guess if the current X plus display text, so I'll say int exceed or excess length. So excess length will store the amount of, oh hey, what's up? What's up? I don't know if you were around for the beginning, but I am coding something a little similar to NeoVim for C#, and it's right now I'm just trying to get lines to work that are outside, either like too big for the viewport. Hey, what's up? Hi brother, I really want to code these things. Can you tell me where I should start when making my own text editor? So I started this a long time ago. I think do you want to make stuff like in the console? Do you want to make stuff on a GUI? I'll just go ahead with the console. So I started making this because I I was working with a library called Curses. It's a pretty like famous library for making applications in the console. And when you're making a text editor, I mean, this goes irrespective of like you're making console or GUI. First, like you should definitely learn whatever library you're gonna want to use. So if you're making GUI text editor, you know, let's say you're in Python, you learn something like Pygame, TK, Inter, all those things that'll help you actually have your interface. The next thing you want to keep in mind is like the functionality. So here I kind of split up, like when you enter your text editor, it's going to read in the file, it's going to display it, and then you have to enter another mode for editing. And then when you edit the file, it'll like save it in RAM, and then when you save it, it'll actually write it out to the file. So that's how most text editors work. So it's honestly, you should just jump right into it. I think that's the best way, is just to learn as you go. Obviously, like I didn't do this all in like 2 hours. This was a lot of weeks of work scattered throughout a lot of days. But yeah, I just like jump into it. All you have to do is really learn like one UI library, and then the underlying functionality should be pretty simple for a text editor. Why ConsoleIDE? I don't know, I just thought it'd look cool. It does look kind of cool. I can't really run it right now because I'm editing all of this. But, you know, it's... I like the way it looked. I like making console applications. I know I made like TermVid. It's on my channel. You can check it out. It's like a terminal-based video player. And like I like making GUIs, but I just like the terminal as well. I like using curses too. It's kind of fun. So yeah. Glad to see you guys in the chat though. So excess length exceeds the viewport width. So, wow, it's been so, I don't even know how to get the viewport width. So tab converted, so max tab convert, or min. That means this is maxing it out. I think this is a viewport width. Yeah, max content display length. Let's see. Width bound minus sign, yeah, that's, there's like so many relative additions and like things I made that I really need to refactor this one day, because this is like stealing my development time. Excess length, so it's how much it exceeds that, so it should be the display text plus current x minus x scroll. Oh, display text line. Can't add a string to an integer. Minus x scroll plus, so x scroll, so 40, the max content display length is 500. Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. Okay, that's not what it is. So it should just be max content display length. I think it should just be that. Okay. So in excess length, so now we have the excess length. So if the excess length is greater than 0, we have to cut that much from the string. So display text, and then we'll break after that. So this, actually, well, we can break it then. So if excess length is greater than 0, we have to cut that from the display text so that it doesn't like overflow the screen. Because Curses just loves crashing. It's, oh my god, it's so annoying. I wish Curses could just ignore, if you wrote outside the screen, I wish it could just like quietly ignore that. But no, it just loves to crash. So display text equals, and then we have to use like negative indexing. I don't know if I can do this with a range in C#. I can. Wow, this is a beautiful construct. Can I zoom in? Oh my gosh, this is a beautiful construct. A range operator, and then an invert index operator, and then a number. That's just amazing. So then we truncate the display text, current x, add to that, and then here, if x's length is greater than 0 again, we break. So this is the same value, it's just I didn't want to copy all this into 2 if blocks, so I just kept it. Pause, add y. Okay. Theoretically, this should work. So I'm gonna try it. Oh yeah, we have to build on Windows again. Actually, let me show you why I'm not building on Linux. Let me bring this to view again. Okay. So if I do .NET, if I see ConsoleIDE .NET build, for some reason the dependencies are stored differently on Linux, and so this happens where it says the libraries just no longer exist. So I have to build on Windows, it restores the dependencies again, and then it's back. It's kind of weird. That's why I'm using the CLI and the DLL here. Okay. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna be so sad. Okay. Dot. I guess we want to go in test project. Select this folder. Why is it not? Okay. All right. Whoa. So it's definitely not working. That's for sure. It's displaying lines 1, 3, 5, and 14. What? That's... Okay, I'm gonna minimize this a little. That's not supposed to happen. So line number... Let me just make sure those are lines 1, 3, 5, and 14. So 1 is public class. So it's not even displaying the full 1, so there's already a bug. Static, yeah, that's 3, and then 5 is, yeah, and then 14 is a curly brace, which is not being displayed. So I think the first token of each line is not being displayed. Okay, so it probably is an issue with this block of code right here, where the first token's not being displayed. So this should be set to 0. Oh, I see. I think if x scroll equals 0, then wait, what if I pull a little I don't know what this is gonna do, but hey, it might work. I'm too lazy to debug it, so I'm just gonna enter random values right now. Test project, select current folder. Please work. This might actually bring another bug though. Okay, so that's bad. Okay. So that was definitely not it. Okay, this is a scuff solution, but if x scroll is equal to 0, or if it's less than start at within segment, I guess I'm just gonna make start at within segment 0. I don't know if that makes sense. No, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Then start within segment should be X scroll, I think. That makes sense. Let me build that again. .NET run. Test project, select current folder. This is slow for some, or maybe, I don't know why that double click thing happens. Hey, it works. It works. Okay, except for line 14. I don't know what's going on in line 14. There's supposed to be a curly, if you can see right here, there's supposed to be a curly brace on line 14, but there isn't. So this is good, and this is good. So I'm just gonna try to fix why those three lines are the only ones showing up right now. I think the 14 one might have to, oh no, might not. Okay. So J++. Oh, it's gonna say it's exceeding the max content display length, isn't it? Let's see what the max content display length is. Oh, I can't even write line. Oh, it's kind of bad, isn't it? I can error write line. I can't write line because curses is there, and that's just like, this is annoying. I can't debug log. Can't even debug it because it's on a different platform. That's what makes this really annoying to do. So the display text length plus the kernx, that's what kernx gets updated to. Let me see where this is used. So that's the width bound of the screen, or the width bound of the view, which is the screen, minus the line prefix length. And what's the line prefix length? Is the longest line number length plus 1, yeah. And then it's the view position, the X view position, right, of the view, minus 1. Okay, so that makes sense. But I also think, oh, I didn't actually like properly incorporate X scroll. That, I mean, that's a different issue, but I guess that's also. Oh wait, you know, it's this. It's me continuing. So all the, okay, so there's a bug, but I shouldn't be continuing. That's, so this is a very nasty bug. Test project, long line. Nope, long lines. Of course, there's an exception. Let's see, file view line 83, 216. Let me get rid of this. So 216 it was. First segment. Right, because it's a -1. First segment should be 0 then by default. And then but I never incorporated X scroll because I didn't start displaying at X scroll. Did I? No, I did. Wait, I did, yeah. This is the whole point of that. Okay, I'm dumb. Never mind. Test project. Select that folder. I always have to... I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if that's like lagged or like what. Still outside of the bounds of the array. I swear I just built that. X scroll for segment index is 0. I'm gonna build it again, I guess. Just make sure that wasn't like a fluke. I don't know where the hitbox for, not the hitbox, the bounding box. So it is lagged. It is, that thing's just like 216 again. I don't know how 0 can be outside of, oh, is there just no annotated right. There might be no segments. Where's the line number displayed? Wait, I add the line number up here. So continuing shouldn't even matter. Oh. Oh, I'm so stupid. I know what it is. I need to add 1 even if I continue. That's, bro. Okay. So I can continue here. Yeah. Let me. So if first segment index equals -1, I can continue. I just need to add to the position. Oh, I have like an auto formatter. I didn't even notice that. That's kind of nice. Hey, what's up? I'm coding a kind of a spin-off of NeoVim here, and it is extremely annoying working with curses. So I'm basically trying to like get the syntax highlighting to work, as well as like X direction scrolling, so that it doesn't like overflow off the screen. And it's quite the challenge. So that works, except half the lines are not being displayed. So in this, we should have a hello world, a blank line. So we should have, first of all, we should have this. We should have another brace here. So why are the braces not being displayed? So it's a continue error. And then line 15 doesn't exist. Oh, I deleted it. Okay. So the braces are not being displayed, and I think it has to do with that. But if I change this to 0, then it bugs out. Alright, let's see why the brace might not be displayed. I get the annotated lines back. Then I add, see ya. Then I add I get the annotated lines back, so that should just be 1 brace. I add 1 to search X. Search X is now 1. X scroll is 0. The first segment index is equal to 0. That should make that makes perfect sense. Or at least to me. Maybe not to my compiler. So I start at 1. Oh, that's kind of dumb, isn't it? No, but 1 is less than the X scroll. Or 1 is greater than the X scroll. So it gets set to 0, which I think is correct. So that's fine. That gets set to 0. I don't know why it continues then. Because j shouldn't be -1. J cannot be -1. J must be greater than or equal to 0. The search x, it starts at this, I guess I can console.error this. I'm just gonna console. You can right line async? How have I never known about this? What? Okay. Console.error.writeLine. I guess we'll do search x. And then we'll do line number. We want that to be a tuple, so kind of wish console.writeLine could take infinite arguments. Cause like, what is this? Okay, this is what I don't get. Oh, so we have a. First of all, why is it virtual? Oh, it's because of the text writer. Okay. We have a write line with string format and an object. We have one with 2 objects. One with 3 objects. And then you just change it to params. Like this covers all. I mean, I guess this has more overhead because you convert it to an array. But like, if we're console.writing like with format, like come on, like are that many people doing it that you really want performance for 3 objects, but then as soon as 4 hits, you're just like whatever. Who knows? Now, what is this? Oh my gosh, what is this witchcraft? Write async task factory dot start new. I've never seen task factory before. Start new static state. Wait, static. Hello. I haven't seen static in a lambda expression. Whatever. Static state var_t. What is going on here? Oh my god. So this value is the state. So t is. I'm not gonna bother. Okay, so t.item1 is this. T.item2 is value. See, this is witchcraft. Oh my gosh. Okay. Back to the project. If I build this, I can pipe the error out to a file. And that will actually give me the debug output. This is how I have to debug. I mean, maybe I should consider looking into how I can actually properly debug this, but okay, so then I can exit before this file gets too large. And we can open up here. Let's look at it. So what is it supposed to be again? This is the line number and the search X. So what line were we looking at? 2. So line 2 gets skipped. How is that? How is that possible? Oh, is there nothing on line? There can't be nothing on line 2. Because if there's nothing on line 2, that just, how is it displaying? How would it have displayed something before? That would literally mean that this is 0. Hey, what's up? What's up? I'm making a IDE for C# in the terminal. I'm doing some curse debugging right now. So only lines 1, 3, and 5 have anything on them. Now I'm like confused, because I don't know how that's possible. But I guess we'll see, because that means there's nothing rendering, or the source render thing, the analyzer, is deleting those, which couldn't have happened because they rendered before on like when we weren't testing this. Okay, exit, and then now we can view the error log again. Here we go. It's updated. Oh, I didn't put the line number in. That's kind of my fault. Select project folder, select current folder, ConsoleIDE, test project, long lines. And there's no CS project file because I entered the wrong folder. Okay. How much time did it take me to learn C# perfectly? I don't know if I'd say I'm perfect at C#. I think I'm decent. For me learning, let me actually check, because I know what my first project in C# was, and that I started in 2023 in August. So it's been almost 2 years since I started doing stuff in C#. I mean, like, I think the level that I am at now is similar to what I was 1 year ago. So I think in the course of a few months or whatever, if you just keep like, yeah, like I was just doing projects, and I think that just helped me pick it up really fast. And then, you know, every once in a while, like, I don't know if you've seen like Nick on YouTube. I watch his videos, as well as just looking at some of the like new .NET releases and their features. It's always fun to see. And I don't know, I just love C#, so whenever I get the chance to use it, I will. So yeah. So maybe like a year, I was pretty proficient in it. Test project, long lines, and we break. Okay. So oh, I didn't build. No, I didn't build. That's the annoying thing about this project. I have to build every time instead of like running. I'm starting to learn. So can you guide? Yeah. So yeah, it's his channel is Nick Chapsis. He does a lot of .NET stuff. He has like a few tips and tricks and stuff like that. If you're starting to learn C#, I think the best thing to do is just like jump, like with anything in programming, my advice is to just jump into it and start a project. So I think like my first C# project was a chess engine, and I basically took, I don't know if you know Sebastian Lage on YouTube. I took his chess library and I just started like messing around with it, following his channel. And if you also want some other guides, like I have a few guides on my channel. I have a few shorts about like different features that you can learn and stuff like that. So I think the number one piece of advice I have is just like learning by experience is the fastest way to learn. So if you want to learn, projects are the way to go. And I think I've learned most just like going into a project, not knowing how to do it, and then by the end learning how to do it from things like online resources, videos, stuff like that. That's really helped it stick in my head the most. So yeah, I hope that helps. So this error log should update. There we go. So annotated lines I, that's line 2. And the length is 1, which is proper. So some of these have 0, so 8 has 0, that should be line 9. Line 9 has nothing on it, that's perfect. So line 2 has one thing, and that should be the curly brace. So it does have one thing. So let me do this manually. I go in, j equals 0. Oh! Oh! What an evasive bug. That's crazy. So I did an I here instead of a J. Honestly, I should probably use something more visible like K or something for a second variable, because this has gotten me more than once in programming, where I accidentally replace J with I and like everything breaks. So now this should work. I'm gonna keep the error right lines there, just because logging is good, so why not? Test project, select the current folder. This should at least render all the lines properly, and then we can check if it fixed it. There we go. Okay, that makes it a lot more, makes it a lot better. Okay, because okay, edit. Now I can actually, okay, that's good. Now let's see if this works. The scrolling. Well, that just crashed. Oh no. A core dump from a managed language. Getting a core dump from a managed language is very sad. Let me just clear this. That's crazy. So now I have another issue. So didn't scroll at all. And I guess that's from the core dump. But now it's worse because it's like a core dump. So I don't even have... I'm going to remove these error right lines. Hopefully it tells me something. But I don't even have like an error message. So there's no exception. There's no... Alright. Let me try. Log lines. Here we go. Toggle edit. So this works. I'll just go to the top. That works as well. Okay. That works. And then I can delete the tabs. That's good. Okay, so this is gonna crash right about now. Can I wait, what? Can I keep going? Did this thing not crash? Oh, I didn't build. I didn't build. Let me see what's at the end of the error log. Never mind. Hate when I forget to build. Okay. Now we're back. Where am I from? I'm from the United States. My stream is delayed. Okay, there we go. Chat showing up. Yes, I'm from the United States. That's the wrong folder. So this one, this one. And hopefully I get something more than just a core dump. So if I do that, and I think when I click the back button it crashed. So maybe that's, yeah, maybe that's it. So I have to clear this. Clear that stuff. Do I follow Cricket? I do not follow Cricket. I don't think I follow any sports actually. No, I do not watch cricket. Oh, let's go. There's an exception. I don't know where these are being logged. There's another console right line somewhere. Oh, it's right here. I forgot to remove it. I assume you follow cricket. What's the latest in the cricket world? Did I build? What do you mean by that? Let's go back to the error log. Let me delete these. Oh, that's gonna be annoying to delete. Yeah, what? I don't know. Oh, USA has. Yeah, I don't follow, so I don't know. And nth more. Move change attribute. Display. So same thing. Same thing as before. That means it's updated wrong. Display cursor pair. If cursor pair. So what do I do when I'm free or bored? I code. Code. I do robotics actually. Sometimes, you know, play video games aside. So fill my time other than watching sports. Yeah. Trust me, I have a life. Trust. You know, I've just never been like a big sports guy, or at least not followed. I've not followed any like major leagues. Move change attribute. Bug is evading me. I guess it's the X still. Okay. I think we're back at like square 1. Now we're at square -1 now. Because I changed the code and I'm still getting the same error. So, and I've been at this for a few hours now, so I think I'm gonna end the stream here. Hopefully we'll pick back up another day. But I think thanks everyone for joining, and I'll see you soon, hopefully. See ya. Bye. Thank you so much for joining.